I want to bring in KT McFarland, expert on all and any foreign policy. Okay, KT, Putin's in a corner. Is he more dangerous now than ever?
Absolutely, and here's why he's more dangerous now than ever. He's rich because of high energy prices, because of President Biden's war on American fossil fuels. The price of oil and natural gas has gone up. What does that mean? That Russia, because it exports oil and natural gas, is sitting on a pretty big piggy bank. Even though maybe they're running out of weapons, they're maybe not doing very well in Ukraine, Putin can wait this one out. On the other hand, he's cornered because he knows he can't lose. He knows with Russian history what happens when a Russian leader loses. For example, in the 1980s, when Russia was defeated, the Soviet Union was defeated in Afghanistan, the Soviet leaders call their troops back, the Soviet leaders are replaced, the Soviet Union collapses. Putin also knows from his own personal experience, he came to power 20 years ago because he was willing to have the most ruthless anti-civilian war in Chechnya. He leveled the capital city of Chechnya, Grozny, so people are now saying that, well, there were not two bricks left with one on top of the other. Putin has a long way to go in destroying Ukraine, and I think he just keeps going, tragically and sadly, and then finally he can blackmail Europe by shutting off the energy.
It's the summit at the United Nations in New York. It starts today. President Biden will be speaking tomorrow. Putin is not going to be there, neither is Xi Jinping. What should President Biden say to Putin, even though he's not there? What should he say about Putin tomorrow?
He should say to Putin, it's time to stop fighting. It's time to come to the negotiating table. Let's find a solution for everybody. President Biden isn't probably going to do that. But the smart move right now would be for the Ukrainians to take their gains, find a solution to stop the fighting, and then let the whole world invest in Ukraine. The whole world is chomping at the bits to rebuild Ukraine. The whole world is not chomping at the bits to help Putin with anything.
So you don't think that the president will help the Ukrainians to the point where they can push the Russians completely out of Ukraine? Our president won't do that?
Well, our president will talk about it, and the problem is that as long as Ukraine needs a lot of weapons to support it, right? And it needs a lot of aid. Where is it getting it from? Getting primarily from the United States. It was also getting it from Europe. But the Europeans are stepping back. They're looking at that very cold winter with the prospect of no heat, no electricity, no power.
He's got them on that. KT McFarland, always great. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again real soon. KT, thank you.
Thanks, Stu.